All right, welcome to our Chapter 17 problem assignment homework help. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be focusing a whole lot on ratios in this problem, in this homework. You have multiple choice up to problem number 12, and this is our number 13 here, okay? We're going to be computing the annual dollar change and the percent change for each of the following items. Here they all are. We're looking at this as a horizontal change from year to year. So prior year, current year, our dollar change, our dollar change should be up here. Current year minus base amount should be your numerator, and your denominator should be your base year. All right. I'm going to just double check that because, again, this is one of those ones that I sometimes, yeah, there it is. Okay. Sometimes I reverse them for some reason in my brain, and I just want to make sure we're good. All right. So dollar changes, we're going to basically take our current year minus our prior year. This is our numerator, okay? So it looks like we had a decline. Let's come over here, grab your calculator. We got 11,700 minus 14,600. So we had a decline in 2,900. Percent change is we're going to take that result and divide it by the prior year or the base year, which is 14,600. So we had a decline in approximately 19.86%. Let's check our work and see if it took it. All right, looks good. So this is how you're going to do all of them, and I'm not going to do all the rest of them for you. It's basically the same exact thing that we did on that one to get us there, okay? Let's look at number 14, which is a linked amount here. Express the items in common size percents. Remember, common size, we're doing it based on total assets. So our current year cash, we're going to take 11,700 and divide it by 233,200. So our common size for cash is going to be 5%. And then our prior year, we're going to take 14,600 and divide it by 169,100. So it looks like we declined in current in cash, even though, well, it declined too. So and we got it's 8.63%. What is it doing? Okay, let's check our work. We're good. You do the same thing for the rest of those. Should be pretty straightforward, okay? Here we're computing the current ratio and the acid test ratio. Current ratio in the numerator is going to be current assets, not cash. And denominator is going to be current liabilities. You're literally going to come up here and take all of your current assets and add them together and take your total current liabilities, which they already gave you was 31,000. So you got to pick out all the current assets out of here. And looking at all this, it looks like all of these are current assets. So we're going to take 2,500, 7,100, 12,700, 22,100, and 15,100 for 77,500. Okay, let's check our work. Looks like it did it for us, so that's nice of them. Answer is not complete because we need to do the acid test ratio. I don't know why they call it the acid test ratio. It's like, let's wash the acid out. I don't know, it was weird. So we're going to pretty much just get rid of inventory is what we're trying to do. Our denominator stays the same. Still going to be current liabilities. Let's throw current liabilities in here. 31,000. Okay. So now let's come up here and we're definitely going to include cash. Let's see if I can get it so that it's all on the same page. There. Okay. 20,500. Short-term investments, probably not going to include that just because it's not as liquid as it should be. Accounts receivable, going to include that one. Oh, I guess we are going to short-term investments. And then the last one we'll include is current receivables. Okay, short-term investments, 7,100. And then current receivables we're going to be doing is 12,700. So let's check our work. See, well, let me just check our work, make sure we're good. Okay, we are. Look at this. It was 1.3 to 1 with the acid test ratio, where before it was 2.5. That tells me we've got a ton of inventory to be concerned about. So we're not gonna put a whole lot of stock in the current ratio here. So it's definitely something you want to consider when you're doing your report. Okay, so basically that's all you're going to be doing from here on out. Let's just double check and make sure it's calculating specific ratios. You have the sheet on how to do it. I want you to use that sheet. You need to become very, very good and familiar with that. Yeah, all these are pretty much just calculating different ratios. Favorable or unfavorable change, profit margin. If it increased, it's a good profit margin. That's a good thing. So check your work. We're good here. Okay. Debt ratio. Here's the thing with debt ratio. It increased. I would say that this is unfavorable. I want to see what they say, but it depends. It really does depend. You might be all right with that increase. You just never know. So just play around with this, kind of see what it says and see what it does. Acid test ratio declining. You're still in an okay position, but it's probably unfavorable since it declined a little bit. But you're still in an okay position. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Accounts receivable turnover, you declined in days or the time period in which it do. So I would say that's favorable. You want that to turn over as fast. Oh, whoops. That's odd. Accounts receivable turnover. I have to put my arms around that. It's slower to turn it around. Yeah, I don't know. I think they may be wrong on that one. Inventory turnover. Takes you longer to turn over that inventory. Let's check that. I don't know. I'm going to say that is unfavorable. Usually, I'll have to think about the ratio again. But either way, that's what you do. Just go through, figure it out. It's favorable, then fine. Debit and yield would be better. Anyway, just go ahead and play around with that. I'm not going to be worried so much about whether or not you understand it's favorable or unfavorable, as long as when you verbalize in your report and you're saying it's good or bad, basically saying whether it's favorable or unfavorable. So just make sure you understand the ratios like that. Again, this is more or less likely to make the loan. Your current ratio is increasing. I would say that's more likely. Acid test ratio increases from that, more likely. Times interest earned, I would say that's less likely. Total asset turnover is decreasing, less likely. See if I'm right. Yeah, there you go. So these are just the kind of things I want you to be thinking about when you go through these problems. Is I identify that whether or not you're going to invest or do that. And again, this is kind of a thing that you would be doing to evaluate your company when you're doing it for your presentation. So there's your homework, guys. I know I didn't go over a whole lot, but it should really be straightforward. Just using that sheet with all the ratios on it and everything should help you get through this pretty quickly. All right. So hope this helps. You guys have a good one. We'll see you. Actually, not in any future videos unless you're in Accounting 212. Hopefully, I'll see you there. But definitely see you in your reports, and good luck on them. Let me know if I can help you in any way.